This happened during the summer vacation of my 8th grade year. I was hanging out with 3 friends who were a little bit delinquent at the time, and we were discussing an event. Since it was summer vacation, we decided to do a test of courage. We had to be very selective about where to hold the test because some people thought it would be uninteresting to hold the test in an ordinary place. Then, one of my bad friends said, "I know a house where there was an accident, how about staying there one night?" Apparently, the parents of him run a real estate company, and one of the properties they manage had a history of accidents. It seemed that the lender was having a hard time finding a tenant, so we asked if we could stay there for a day or so. They said yes, but I remember that the real estate agent looked very worried. On the day of our visit, we took the train to our destination. To be honest, at the time I was so excited to be able to stay with friends that it felt like a picnic, so I had no idea what would happen after that. We arrived at the property and immediately decided to start the party with the food and drinks we had brought that day. I think we totally underestimated that there was no such a thing as ghosts from the first place. After we had filled our stomachs, we went to a nearby public bath because the water and electricity were out. After that, we were talking about scary stories in the dark room, but at that time something unusual happened. The Fusuma sliding door between the living room and the Japanese-style room was slightly open, just enough for one person to pass through. I wondered if someone had forgotten to close it, but everyone said they had closed it. I was prepared for something unusual, but I also did not want people to think I was freaked out by something as trivial as that, so we had a short chat and then went to bed. But when I woke up in the morning, there was a big change. One of my friends was not in the room. The time was 5 a.m., so I wondered if he went outside to go to the bathroom. The other friend was sleeping comfortably. About 10 minutes later, S opened the door strongly and came back. And then, he said in a loud voice, "We have to leave, otherwise." It seemed that he was waiting for the time when the first train was running. S's face was totally pale as if he was tired, and I could easily guess that he had not slept. We did not understand the situation well, so we asked him why, but all S would say was just, "We have to leave right now." Overcome by his voice, we quickly prepared to leave and boarded the train. On the train ride home, S began to talk about how the situation came to be. He said that at night, after we had gone to bed, S stayed awake, unable to fall asleep. Then he started to hear noises sounded like people walking around. After that, he also heard a noise that sounded like a growl, so he tried to wake the others, but they did not wake up at all, and S ran outside in a panic. When we heard the story on the train, we did not believe it and thought it was a very exaggerated fantasy. We did not believe in ghosts at all. Then, during the summer vacation, S passed away. The cause of his death was that he was hit by a truck, but the driver said like this: "I had not fallen asleep, the steering wheel had moved on its own." One day after that, when I came home from club activities, my mother spoke to me with a serious look on her face. "What the hell did you do? Is there anything you're not telling me?" At first I didn't tell her that I had stayed at the accidental house. I had just told her I was staying at a friend's house, so I thought I should hide it. However, because of the mother's question and the way she looked at me as if she could see right through me, I stopped hiding and told her honestly. Then the mother began to tell me about her recent weird experience. Apparently, when I was not there, there was a visitor who knocked on my door, even though there was nobody on the screen of the interphone. She asked, "Who is it?" but nobody answered. But while she was ignoring, the knocking became louder and louder. As the knocking became more and more frequent every day, she felt that she was in danger. Because of this unusual occurrence at our house, and S's strange death, my mother seemed to sense that I had done something terrible on the day we went to stay somewhere at that night. I found out at this time that the mother was psychic. She then called somewhere and immediately took me to a nearby shrine. When we arrived at the shrine, there was a psychic waiting for us, whom I thought my mother had called earlier. The psychic and the priest at the shrine told me that there was a very strong earthbound spirit in the accident property, that S was dead because of the influence of that spirit, and that I would probably be the next target. I was strongly reprimanded and told that I should not use the spirit as a toy to test my courage just for the fun of it, and that it was completely out of question for us to stay in a place like the accident property where strong reminders of the spirit were still there. I was truly and sincerely sorry, but I had no choice but to deal with the situation anyway. So I underwent an exorcism, received an amulet, and was given 2 copies with some kind of writing on them. I was told to give 1 copy to another friend, and I was told to read the letters at least 3 times a day for 3 days. I was also told that I might hear noises while reading, but that I should not stop reading but read exactly to the end. In the beginning, I did indeed hear weird noises, but they became less and less frequent, and by the 3rd day, there were no more noises. Later, when I went to the shrine with my friends to say thank you, the priest and psychic looked relieved and said, "We're so happy to see you alive." If I had not done as they told me at the shrine, I might have died like S. I was not aware that I was in that much danger myself, because it was so different world that I'm not sure. I renew my amulet every year at the shrine there, and I still have a copy of the letters I was given, which I have never let go of. And I have decided to defend myself by not going to places that scare me or that my instincts avoid. Playing tricks in the presence of spirits may have irreversible repercussions. I hope that you all will not do so.